So what are pyramids? Like other than the ones in Egypt, like pyramid schemes, because a lot of people will take a look at a number of different opportunities, and the first thing that comes to mind a lot of times is like, gotta be careful. This is a pyramid. And when I ask that question to people, like, what really is a pyramid? They honestly have no clue. They kind of think that, well, okay, well, it's the guy at the top that makes all the money, and the guys down below work like crazy, and that's just kind of how it's about. And I'm thinking about for a minute, and I'm talking to this one particular individual, and so I'm asking him, so it's like, how does it work where you work? You know, the corporation that you work with. How does it work there? Does the guy at the top make all the money? Uh-huh. The guys all down below, do they make the same kind of money as the guy on the top? No. Is there any chance that those guys there, anywhere below, are going to be able to make money the kind of guy that doesn't at the top? No. And there are all these other people down below. And in order for somebody to move up this business structure, which is every corporation across and business across North America and the rest of the world, somebody's got to either die, get fired, or retire in order to succeed. Now, I understand because, you know, when the average person comes across something that he or she doesn't understand, there's a lot of skepticism, and there's a lot of, oh, wait, I know what this is. And it's called, I don't know, a lack of, not a lack of intelligence. I suppose it's partly maybe that. Assumptions. They assume. And you know what happens when you ask me, when you break up that word, right? They assume that automatically, that because something's different than what they know, because most people know how to trade. Let's face it, you know, time for money. They know how to rent out their time for a specific amount of money, either hourly, monthly, typically it's one or the other. But anything else, anything that resembles networking and working together to be able to help one another succeed, a lot of times winds up in this thought process. And the first thing that comes up is like pyramid. I saw my first pyramid at age 14. Get this. Rob and I, my friend at the time, when we were living in Calgary, took mom and dad's car. Yeah, 14. Took mom and dad's car, and we went out to the drive-in to watch. Well, we were prepping for a Cheech and Chong drive-in night, and just so happens we ran into a friend of mine, Gus, and his girlfriend. And so we jumped into his van, had a great time, and he mentioned to me, he goes, "Hey, Tom," he goes, "I got this proposition here where, you know what, we could get involved in this thing where, you know, we each put in about $100. Now, when you're a 14-year-old kid, $100 is a hell of a lot of money. My first skateboard with the Sims board, the ACS 651 trucks, and the Bones wheels, that whole thing cost $65. Okay, so like $100 to get involved in this, it was a pyramid, right? It was a lot of money. But he said, you know, well, and all we need to do is we need to just get a few more people involved. And then once we get to the top, you know, we collect like $2,500. $2,500 when you're 14 years old is like $250,000. You know, it's like, well, I mean, that is just unbelievable. And I don't care for anybody. I mean, you put in $100 into something and you crank out $2,500 a few weeks later or whatever. That's a really good return on investment, so to speak, right? And so I asked Gus, I go, "Is this real?" He goes, "Yep, absolutely, yep, it is." I go, "Is this legal?" He goes, "Frick no." And then, you know, your heart kind of just starts beating like this. It's another, you know, illegal thing that, you know, that we just run across. And so But I tell you what, like, I thought about it and I thought about it. And what I realized was the only reason why something like that, a pyramid like that, is illegal is mainly because of one thing. And it's mainly because the money can't track, or the government can't track the money that you're making. And if the government can't track your money, they're not going to allow you to do it. And that's why they say, well, in order for it not to be a pyramid, you need to have a product, or you need to have a service or whatnot. You need to have a bill of sale. Okay? The government wants to see a bill of sale. They don't want to see somebody going in and putting in $100, working up their way up to the top, taking out $2,500, going to the next pyramid, putting in the $2,500, working the way up to the top, getting $10,000 at that point. Do you see how a structure like that makes a lot of sense? Okay? Like if it, held together and, it didn't fall apart and everybody kind of did their part. Could you see how you can make a tremendous amount of money really, really quickly? Do you see how you wouldn't have to work for a living? Did you see that part? So I was fascinated by multi-level marketing businesses. I was fascinated by direct marketing businesses and how they worked. A lot of them weren't for me because, there was always seemed to be, like you had to make or earn certain amount a month and all these, different catches and stipulations and things like this. But when I ran across this young individual making an absolute ton and enjoying his life, and did it in a relatively short period of time by marketing some incredible products out of Japan, high-end stuff, high-end sales, to the point where he's making 57% on a $4,000 to $14,000 sale. Blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind. And when I saw that, because I'm working my own regular day-to-day business and I'm investing in this and I'm looking at that and starting another business over here and doing all this kind of stuff, and it was great, right? When I had to try and figure out what this man was doing, I literally had to almost remove everything that was in here, take it out, set it aside, and listen to what this man had to say with an open mind. Because I could have criticized this all day long, but I was sitting in his living room in a really, really nice house, 7-figure house. And so I could see right off the bat, and I'm a pretty good judge of character, I could see right off the bat that he was a good man. He was honest. He knew what he was doing, knew his product very, very well, and has helped a lot of other people become successful. When I saw that, when I saw all that come together, I realized that this man had a very unique opportunity, that if I didn't get involved in it, then I was missing out on an incredible future to be able to live the life that I want sooner rather than later. And that was just one of the reasons. The health benefits were completely something else. It's something I can talk to you about another time. But I don't know, maybe you're very much like I am, and you hear a lot about this kind of stuff. Well, the thing is to address anything that you look at with an open mind. Is this something, number one, is it legal? Is it honest? Are the products fantastic? Are the products something somebody needs? Are they good? Are they high end? Is there a patented commission structure? There's a lot of things to be able to have to consider before getting involved into anything. Are there tax benefits? It just goes on and on. So when you see all these things come together, in one amazing opportunity, it's hard not to get involved. It's one of the reasons why I'm doing these videos. Okay. I was never even on social media before this. So it's obvious that I get pretty excited about the future. And you should too, because there are great opportunities out there. All you got to do is keep an open mind. And if you're able to do that, then let's connect, because I have something to run by you. Maybe this is for you, maybe it isn't. But let's find out, because it was for us and it was for a lot of us. And there's a great community here working together with one another and with great synergy. So this could be something that we could create a symbiotic relationship with, both personally and financially. So send me that message. I look forward to hearing from you. I'll show you what it is that we're doing, and let's find out. Let's go from there, right? Because you just never know. This might just be what you're looking for. So have an awesome day, and I look forward to hearing from you.